guys, Jake with TN Tactical. Come to another special video. Today we're doing a gun review. We haven't done a gun review in like, God, I don't even know how long. It's been a while. But today we're doing a gun review. Today we're looking at the Taurus TX22 Compact. For those that have been very long subscribers, one of the first reviews we did on this channel was the Taurus TX22 when it first came out. 16 rounds plus one, of course. Very cool, but very basic. There weren't really any bells and whistles to it. You just had basically a 22 pistol that has 16 rounds made by Taurus that actually works. And I gotta say, it might be one of the best things that's ever come out of Taurus. Of course, y'all might have your own opinion about that. Today we're going to go over all the specs and features of this version, the compact version, tell you what makes it different from the original, and give my thoughts and impressions as we zero it and shoot it out here for fun without ear pro. Because we do have the rugged Mustang 22 mounted on here directly with the thread adapter it comes with. So with all that out of the way, let's get to shooting and let's see how she does. Which leads me to the other cool thing I want to mention again real quickly here for you guys. Huge shout to Sealy. Use the code TN Tactical on their website, not Amazon. It doesn't work on Amazon, but on their website, it works on some of the more expensive ones. Pro, X Pro, HDG, as well as the new Wolf EDG that just came out as well. Obviously, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you know we review all of Sealy's red dots, and we beat the piss out of them. And compared to a lot of the other budget-friendly options out there, they tend to perform a lot better as far as holding zero and, well, surviving for that matter. Again, big shout out to Sealy. They sent me this Cat Zero out and I put it on for this little build here for you guys. Use TN Tactical. Please use TN Tactical. That actually really helps us do more videos like this. So first things first, anytime we put a red dot on, we gotta zero it. I want to take this back home and know that it's going to hit whatever raccoon I shoot at. So go over all the basic specs and features of the TX22 Compact. You know, this is almost identical to the original, except it's got a few extra bells and whistles to it like I mentioned before. I actually found it online for like $220 or $230-ish. Of course, as you look around, depending on when you watch the video, your prices might vary as well. Holds 13 plus 1, and you'll see here it has the exact same style magazine as the original. In fact, yeah, I've already shot one around there, as you can see. It can take the 16 round mags, as well as some of the more fun stick size mags that have been coming out aftermarket as well. Essentially, they just chopped the grip down a little bit to make it a compact, and they shortened the barrel just a little bit too, so hence the 13 instead of the 16. Now on top of that, I think they got a lot of feedback. They did actually cut this one for a red dot. This is an RMSC, also known as a shield pattern. Of course, you can use adapter plates, but this is the basic RMSC shield pattern that you see most commonly around for these compact handguns. But you'll see here, this one looks a little bit unique. I always like to get guns when they look kind of unique, right? I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but anytime I catch something that looks a little bit different, a little bit of diversity, not the DEI diversity, but kind of difference in design here, like this one, catches my eye, makes me want to get one. As far as I can tell, this one has this kind of unique American flag pattern too. I'll get zoomed in here so you can see a little bit better. But you'll see it looks like it's white. I think, and I'm not going to test this by beating the shit out of it, but I think this is actually laser edged, and what you're looking at is kind of like the raw metal. I could be wrong. It could just be like white paint that looks almost silverish to me, but it's really kind of hard to tell. In fact, now that I look at it, yeah, I think it's just Cerakote. Very cool, very nice design. Not like red, white, and blue and cringe. This is more kind of like a chill, kind of like subtle kind of look to it. You know what I mean? I like that. In addition, you do have cuts here. You'll see you got some window cuts there. Of course, you've got cut up here in the slide as well as on this side here. Obviously, this is 22. You've got such light recoil with this gun that if you want to put more weight from like a red dot like this, I think the theory is they made this lighter weight for the slide, so that way it'll account for the red dot weight being mounted back here, so that it can still cycle and all that stuff. And of course, as you can see here, just like the original TX22, there is no barrel tilt. You'll see that it just stays nice and straight and flat. Doesn't have the tilting, Browning tilting action like we typically see. You've got your ambidextrous safety back here. Yeah, they still left that on there. Of course, you've got your slide lock there. Some people call it slide lock, some people call it slide release. Just how you want to look at on the side there. That is not ambidextrous. All right, so it just occurred to me, and you guys have probably seen this the whole entire time now at this point. These are not 13 round mags. These are, in fact, 10 round mags. No wonder it seems like it's been going by kind of fast, because I'm definitely going to go ahead and get some more fun stick size mags, and if nothing else, get some 16 round mags for this because it goes by too quick. You know what I mean? I mean, I could just sit here and pull this off. Yeah, you know, 8 out of 10 is not bad. One-handed like that. It's just so quiet though, you know? That's the, it's a little smoky there too, look at that. We got a little smoke action there. See that? Yeah, there it is, yeah, I'll see that, yeah. I bought this because I actually ended up selling my old one locally here, and I kind of wanted to get another one because my wife really likes the TX22. She loved the original TX22. We put a little OLED laser on there. It was a good time. It was great for raccoons. I actually ended up trading it for like just an absolute shit ton of 9mm ammo, as well as like a bunch of Glock mags, 1911 mags, and hell, even a 100 round AR drum mag. Don't know what that guy was thinking, but I couldn't pass up that deal. So I traded that. I immediately knew I had to get another one because my wife loved it so much. Obviously, I like it too. I mean, it's so fun to shoot. Now, while I'm loading these magazines, I want to talk real quick because the magazine style is very similar to the Sig P322. A little bit of a gripe, if you don't mind me griping to you guys while I'm loading this magazine. I later reviewed the Sig P322. Another failure. Uh-oh. That sounded like a lot. I found it to have a lot of problems with the magazines properly feeding. After I put that video out, I gave it a pretty bad review. I felt like it was the worst gun I've ever reviewed on the channel at the time. I got so much hate. I still get so much hate, so much backlash from people in the gun community saying, oh, T and Tactical, you didn't load the mags up right. T and Tactical, you need to get off YouTube. You don't know how to load the magazines. You have to look on Sig's YouTube channel, T and Tactical, because they tell you how to load the magazines on their YouTube channel. Why the do I have to go onto Sig's YouTube channel, which I'm not subscribed to, freaking look up what's wrong with this Sig mag, why it's having issues. Apparently, you have to use a little dinky tool, like a little, almost like, you know how Glocks have like the little mag loader thing that you put on top of your mag? You have to use a tool like that that comes with the Sig P322 to properly load the magazine. It's very finicky. You can't just load it by hand, apparently, like I'm doing with the Taurus, the TX22. So you're looking at the Sig P322, which is like a much more expensive 22 pistol. I think it comes in roughly at like $400 or $500, something crazy. A lot of money, more than this. But it's finicky with the magazines, and you have to use a special loader. I mean, God forbid you actually lose that little special loader. Much like how I just dropped this 22 bullet, you know, because if you don't have it, apparently you can't load your magazines the right way. It doesn't make sense to me. It's stupid. What were they thinking? I don't want to use a special tool to load my freaking P322 mags. This video is supposed to review the TX22 compact, so I'm not trying to throw a bunch of shade and hate at the P322, but I'm just telling you my experience, and I think that's bullshit. I just wish the ammo didn't run out of the mag so fast, you know? That's my only real complaint that I've got. I feel like I go through these mags like super fast. Of course, we are empty here, but you see the trigger pull here. So a little bit of loose take up here, nothing going on there. And then as you pull it, you feel about 4 to 5 pounds. It gets to more weight as you get to the wall. Pull it, and it's a nice clear click. Now here's my favorite part, the reset. Release, Soft little click and a little push forward, just like that. So very, very nice little trigger. All right, so I guess my thoughts and impressions. Obviously, I think you guys know what I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna say it anyways. This thing is freaking awesome. Super reliable, zero malfunctions while we were out here shooting a couple hundred rounds. I mean, the thing just works. The only downside I really have to say about it is, well, it got my red dot pretty dirty here. As they say, sometimes there's a trade-off to these things. Probably gonna go home and clean this out really good, wipe everything down really good, and kind of keep it ready near my bedside in case there's any raccoons late at night trying to get my chickens. Would I get it? If you want something compact and small that's not going to be more than 250 bucks, yes, I would definitely get it. Seems to be very reliable, very consistent, very standard, you know, as far as the way you take it down and all that good stuff. But overall, I like it. All complaints about the round count and such aside, I think it's actually really good. And so if you're looking for a good compact 22, I think you'll like it too. Guys, that's going to wrap today. If you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. What do you think about the Taurus TX22 Compact? I'd love to hear from you. We will see you next time.